right, well, did you hear about this? The IRS wants you to use facial recognition to access your personal information online, but there may be some flaws with this proposal. Joining us now, Shelly Palmer, tech consultant and professor of advanced media in residence at the Syracuse University. Good morning, Shelly.
Good morning. How are you?
So a lot of people might be hearing this. They say, okay, I got to log in with my face. What's wrong with my password? What's wrong with that password that's probably been hacked 10 times already? But what's going on?
Well, I think, Dan, you got it right. Your password's been hacked 10 times already and is available on the dark web for $50 and a package of other passwords. The IRS has had a lot of trouble with fraud, and during 2021 with the child tax credit, they started to use this third-party vendor called ID.me to do face recognition as a form of better identification so that they could be sure you're actually you. And what you do is you go to ID.me and you scan your government issued documentation, passport, driver's license, and you take a selfie, and then they verify that it's you against their database. And if they can't verify it's you, then they do an online chat, and a human being verifies with your picture that it's you. Once that's done, then the face recognition is in place, and theoretically, it's more secure than a password or any other kind of way that the IRS previously had been able to identify who's who. And again, they're trying to reduce fraud. This has been going on, by the way, with the Social Security Administration, Veterans Affairs, and certain states' benefits for a while. Problem is, a lot of privacy experts have jumped out and called this out and said, hey, this is insecure and it's not the right system. And what are you going to do to safeguard these facial recognition files?
Exactly right there, Shelly, because early on, this sort of didn't receive a lot of criticism. Then there was the Krebs report that came out, and he sort of cited some of the problems that had been noted with this company, and all of a sudden we have a little bit of a controversy. It's unclear what's going to happen next year.
Well, the problem is that we don't know how they're safeguarding the files and what protocols are being used. And everyone gets a little extra freaked out when it's face recognition. You know, your fingerprint may be everywhere because people do take fingerprints for certain things. Certainly your usernames and passwords are all over the internet. Facial recognition, though, has a special creep factor with human beings, right? We all go, wow, I don't know, they have my face. I think you'd want to have the most secure system possible. Right now, two-factor authentication, where you have your password and username, and then a phone where you have to do the second factor authentication or use Authenticator. That seems to be the most secure right now. When the IRS figures out who they're going to use, because they certainly will never be able to do it in-house, hopefully they'll pass protocol. Right now, they've given us no indication that they're going to do anything, except they're looking into it. So the government doesn't have a plan. They're just going to look into it. And for right now, for online tax filers, get ready to do facial recognition through ID.me. Don't worry about it. There's not a whole lot that can go wrong. What can go right is that you'll get your refunds from the IRS securely and safely and faster, and no one will be able to do it like identity theft, or there'll be less identity theft, we'll put it that way.
All right, we hope so. Never know what's going to happen there. All right, Shelly Palmer, we appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining us here on this Tuesday morning.